Okay, girls, so now let's do factors. So a factor is a whole number that divides exactly into another number and into another whole number with no remainder, okay? So just remember, as we say factors and multiples, we know that we're talking about multiplication and division. We know that multiples are about multiplication, therefore factors have to be the other operation, which is division, okay? So let's do some examples here. Okay, example one. The example first one that we're going to do says find all the factors of 14. So let's write down that. Find all the factors of 14. Okay, different people here might have different strategies. I'm going to show you one that I think works very well, okay? So we're going to find all the whole numbers that can divide 14, okay? So what I will be doing is, can I divide 14 by 1? Yes, I can. All numbers can be divisible by 1. So my first factor, and I'm going to put it in terms of multiplication, because you will see in a minute, it will get much easier. So I do 14 divided by 1 is equal to 14. So 1 times 14 is 14. Agree? Can I divide it by 2? Yes, I can. So 14 divided by 2 is going to be 7. So I go and say 2 times 7 is going to be equal to 14. Beautiful. Then, is it divisible by 3? There are some rules that you may be familiar to know if a number is divisible by 3 or by any number. So if it's divisible by 3, if you add the digits like 1 plus 4 is 5, that number that I got the result 5, if 5 is divisible by 3, then that number is divisible by 3. But if you're getting confused with what I'm saying, don't worry. We go to our multiplication grid. So let's look at here. We first try with the 2 and we say, okay, yes, 2 times 7 is 14. I'm looking for the 14. Then I go into the 3's and I say, okay, 12 and it jumps to 15, so it's not going to be divisible by 13. What about 4's? With the 4's I have to go with the columns, and again it goes 12 and 16, so it's not going to be one of the multiples. What about 5? Neither, because between 12 and 15, so it's not going to be a multiple. What about 6? Neither. What about 7? We already had 7 because we already said that 2 times 7 equals 14. And because I already repeating the 7, like I will have to write it here, 7 times 2, I don't repeat it. I just have to list those numbers. And the way that we're going to list those numbers is going to go in this order. Down and up. So you're going to say that the factors of 14 are 1, 2, 7, and 14. You might have other strategies to list the factors, but this is one of the strategies that you may want to use. Wonderful.